Welcome. Today's intent is to embody power in your practice, and that's going to mean something different depending on what your practice means to you. We've already looked at the idea of being able to practice without pushing yourself to the point where you're struggling, and we're moving in towards more physically intense practices as we come into the fourth week of our 28-day yoga challenge. As you're working through the practice here today, look at being able to recognize your strengths and play into them. If you find that something is too physically challenging, you're the one that's in control. You're the one that needs to be able to reel yourself back in. So look at being able to provide yourself with a challenge, but make sure that you don't spend all of your energy in the first 10 minutes of the practice. As you're working through the session, rely on your breath to be able to help support you, but also as a way of being able to indicate when it is that you've taken it too far. So if you find that you're getting out of breath, if you find that you're a little bit tired, work on being able to recognize that and respond to it before it starts to interfere with your practice. As we work through the practice together, look for those elements where you are challenged and find what it is that you can do. Come again to that idea of being able to look for your win. The idea that you should do a practice where everything's easy means that you're not challenging yourself and you're not growing. But similarly, if you find that you're exhausted by the third pose in the sequence, you need to find out how it is that you can manage your energy better. As always, the practice is personal to you. Do whatever it is that you need to be able to serve yourself best here. If there are modifications that you know of that you'd like to be able to thread in, if you need to be able to pause, give yourself a break, then it's okay for you to do that. But I want you to be able to maintain your energy as you work through the practice. So don't just quit halfway through and go into child's pose for 10 minutes. Look at being able to enjoy what it is that we're doing here. The idea that we're just punishing ourselves through yoga is not an enjoyable one for me or for anybody else. So as you're going through the practice, stay connected to what your response to the practice is. If you need to moderate it, go ahead, do that. As always, enjoy what it is that we do here. Start by coming to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Body upright, shoulders soft, closing your eyes and beginning to deepen your breath. We'll begin the practice by playing with a pranayama, which is going to go as follows. You're going to inhale until you're full, and then you're going to hold the breath in for as long as you inhaled. Then you're going to exhale and slow the breath down. And the aim here is to be able to get the inhale and the hold to be of the same length, the exhale to be twice as long. So if you inhale 1, hold 1, exhale 2. So we'll start off running through a couple rounds where you're counting for the length of inhale, hold and exhale. And you want to make sure that you're not pushing yourself to the point where you're struggling. So if you're not perfectly getting that 1-1-2 ratio, then that's fine. You work with what you've got. As we're working with this intent to embody power, I want you to be able to feel for the way that as you hold the breath in, the power of the breath seeps into your body. Starting off, closing your eyes with your hands in any position that feels comfortable for you. Open the mouth and release the breath out. Then slowly inhaling through the nose, counting as you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're full, just holding the breath in for that same count. When you're ready, slowly exhaling through the nose. And once you're empty, just repeating that process. So inhale, counting as you go, fill the body up. Once you've got the full inhale, hold the breath in for the same length of time. Slowly exhale and release the breath out. And taking your time just for the next couple of minutes, repeating that process in your own breath, in the own length of time that it takes you to work with that. Wherever you are with that breath, just release it, coming back to your full inhale and exhale. And maintaining that strong breath, open your eyes and come to Bakasana. So bring the soles of the feet together, heels comfortably close towards you, hands behind, chest lifted upright. Starting off, bring the left palm to the middle of the left thigh and inhale tall, lift the chest up. As you exhale, engage left hand straight down towards the floor. Feel for what you're opening in the left hip and then feed that with your breath. Slow and steady, inhale till you're full. No hold. Exhale till you're empty. And as we're working here at the opening elements of the practice, see if you can match the length of your inhale and your exhale together. On your next exhale, keeping the left palm as it is, bend the right elbow, reach the heart towards the right side of your mat, push down and away through that left hand. Feel for that opening in the left hip again. Recognize that you're in control of the power in that stretch, and then nurturing that with your full breath. On your inhale, releasing the pressure through the left hand and coming back to center. Switching, taking the right palm to the middle of the right thigh. On your next inhale, telescope the ribs up, raise the chest tall. Exhaling slowly, starting engage right hand down towards the floor. As you're working with this, just take the time to really focus on what it is that your body's feeding back to you in this pose. And be aware of anything that's different between left and right without putting any judgment onto that. On your exhale, bending the left elbow, reach the heart over to the left side of the room, drive down and away through the right hand, pulling right thigh away from right hip. And inhaling, releasing pressure from the right hand and coming back to center. Bring the knees together, grab your block and lay down on your mat. Working with the core, starting with twisting abs with the block. Place the block medium width in between thighs, interlace the hands, bring the hands up to the top of the neck and the base of the skull. Bring elbows up to ceiling, bring knees above hips. Then straighten the legs as much as is comfortable for you right now and activate the feet. So flex the toes back to shins and spread the toes wide apart. Opening the mouth, exhale, release the breath out. Huge inhale. Fill the body up, float the head and shoulders just an inch off the floor, and then hold that breath in. Squeeze the block first, curl the tailbone up, feel the core switch on. Slowly exhale, reach the chest up towards your left foot, chin away from the chest, throat open, and pull the belly tight towards the spine. Inhaling, release the chest and the pelvis back, fill the body up. Hold that breath in, squeeze block, curl tailbone, exhale slowly. Bring the chest up towards your right foot, push the heels up towards ceiling, pull the belly down, and inhale, release the chest and the pelvis back. We're going for 4 more rounds, both sides. Take your time, continue. Stay connected to that sensation of strength in your core. Keep the face, the jaw relaxed. Make sure that you're working on being able to get through the motion slowly with control. Going towards your last round, making sure that you're still putting as much strength and effort into the abs as you were in the first round. And inhaling, releasing the chest, the head, the feet gently down to the floor. Take the block out from between the legs and set it to the side. Ready for frog lifting through. So interlace the hands once again, top of the neck, base of the skull. This time knees above hips, heels just below the level of the knees. Then spread the thighs comfortably wide apart. As we work through this, we're going to do it in slow motion. And rather than employing some special effects studio, you're just going to slow the movement down, trying to slow the breath as much as possible. Do the first few rounds together. So open the mouth and release the breath out. On your inhale, lift the chest as high off the floor as you can. Pick the shoulder blades up off the mat, still looking up at the ceiling above you. As you exhale, nice and simple, curl the tailbone up slowly. If the knees pull up towards the armpits, just push the knees forwards, keep them in line with the hips. Then inhaling, slowly relax just the pelvis down. Chest stays lifted, shoulder blades stay off the mat. Working with your breath, exhaling, curling tailbone up slowly. Pull the belly in towards the spine at the end of the exhale. Then inhaling, relax the pelvis back down, push lower back to the floor. Exhaling, curling tailbone up and spread the thighs a little wider. On your inhale, gently release the pelvis down. Keep going. Follow the flow of your breath. Slow and controlled. Inhaling till you're full. Exhaling till you're empty. Keep lifting the chest as high off the floor as you can. You'll find that the chest slowly lowers down to the mat. I want you to work against that. On your next inhale, release the chest and the pelvis back. Lay the head down on the floor and use your hands to press the thighs together. Then lower the feet down to the mat. Pop your block, medium width, back in between the thighs. Shuffle the heels in towards the bum and have the feet around hip distance apart. Flip the palms open towards ceiling, tuck the shoulders down and inhaling. Fill the body, spread the ribs wide open. Exhaling, tucking tailbone up, lift the pelvis and squeeze the block tight between the thighs. Breathe, slow and easy. Just working with bridge with a block for the next 15 breaths. Feeling for being able to keep the lower back opening up, but really being able to get that strength, that power in the lower half of the body by squeezing the block, pushing the knees forwards, and if it's available to you, drawing the heels back towards your shoulders without letting the feet move. On your next exhale, tucking tailbone up gently. Lower the hips all the way down to the floor. Pop the block out from between the legs, set it to the side, roll over onto your right side and come up, ready for turbo dog. So starting off, working with your hands and knees. Hands a little wider apart than the shoulders, as always. If you're new to turbo dog or you don't like turbo dog, line your middle finger up on the edge of the mat. You want to have the middle fingers parallel, so they're both pointing straight forwards. Shoulders in between the hands, knees directly under the hips. Bend the elbows, squeeze the elbows down and in. Take a long breath in. Reach the space between the shoulder blades up towards ceiling. And exhaling, lift the knees up. Coming through to turbo dog with the legs straight. Or turbo puppy with the knees bent, if that works better for you. Pushing the elbows down, squeezing elbows in tight. Feel the chest switch on, but keep the neck soft. With each inhale, you're feeding the body, so making those muscles stronger. With each exhale, you're pushing the elbows down and squeezing the elbows in, feeling for a better engagement in the chest. On your exhale, gently lower the knees down and walk the hands in, sit up, just roll the shoulders out. From here, when we're coming through to flash prep. So bring the elbows down to the floor, check that you've got space in front of the elbows to fit your hands on the mat. Grab the left bicep with the right hand and vice versa, then bring the palms out flat in front of you. From here, peel up the right elbow, slide the right hand straight back until the right palm is directly under the right elbow. Left forearm stays in dolphin. For your wrist or shoulder tweaky, you can work this with the hands clasp variation of dolphin instead. Relax the neck, check that the knees are underneath the hips, inhaling, round the back. As you exhale, drive down through left palm, left forearm and right palm. Reach the knees up off the floor, coming into flash prep. Right elbow pushes back towards the right knee, squeezes in towards the midline, so towards the belly button. Feel for the chest switching on again. If you're comfortable here, on your exhale, raise your left leg up and back, still pushing right heel down towards the floor. Neck soft, slow and steady breath. And recognize that you're working with a fairly asymmetrical pose here. Each limb is doing something different. And that's okay. Work on being able to stay focused on engaging down through the left arm to lift the weight of the body out of the left shoulder, reaching right elbow back and in, so switching the chest on, drawing the right heel down to the mat so you feel that opening on the back of the right leg, and lifting the left heel as high as you need to make the pose a comfortable challenge. And exhaling gently. Lower the feet and the knees down to the floor. Sit the body up, roll the shoulders out again. And then coming back for the second side. Bring your elbows down. Find your forearm position for dolphin. Then peel the left elbow up. Slide the left hand back for flash prep. Left palm under left elbow. Knees under the hips. Right shoulder above the right elbow. Neck soft. Inhaling. Arch the back up towards ceiling. Exhaling. Coming up through to flash prep. Left elbow reaches back. Left elbow squeezes in. If you're happy here, as you exhale, raise the right leg up and back. Long, steady breath. And exhaling, gently lower the feet and the knees to the floor. Sit the body up, roll the shoulders out, and come standing up at the front of the mat. We're going to run through 4 classic suns and 2 sun Bs. And you're going to follow your own breath. So, feet hip width apart, body upright, shoulders soft. As you exhale, press hands to prayer position in front of the heart. And inhaling, off we go. moving on to sun bees. As we work through this, on the jump forwards and the jump back, I want you to focus on being able to really turbo dog the arms so you can switch on the chest and get that stability as you move the weight down through the hands and take the weight out of the feet. Exhaling, hands to prayer position. Inhaling, off we go. As you exhale, bend the knees, ground the palms. Bend the elbows, squeeze the elbows in, lean forward, start to pick the weight off the feet. Step, jump or float back to plank. Then gently lower the knees and chest down. Shoulders back and inhale up through to cobra. Exhaling, bring the heart forwards, lower down. Drive back through to downward dog. Continue. And from here, working with crow pose. So crow was an apex pose, one of the earlier sequences that we've worked with. Starting off, find your block, come into your squat position in high heels, arms down inside the legs. Shuffle left elbow in front of left leg, right elbow in front of right leg. Ground the palms, hands beneath the shoulders. Lean the heart forwards, reach the bum up towards ceiling. Taking just 10 breaths here, being able to pick up left foot for 5, right foot for 5. We're taking both feet up for 10. When you're ready, off you go. And exhaling, gently release down to the floor. Set your block to the front right corner of the mat and then come through to downward dog. Our first vignette runs warrior one with ostrich, followed by pyramid, and then working into arrow lunge. On your inhale, bring the left foot forward, stand and adjust for your warrior one base. Tailbone tucked, left knee above left heel and right heel grounded. Clasp the hands together behind the back of the pelvis, roll the shoulders down and inhale. Draw the crown of the head up to ceiling. Exhaling, roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Bring the heart forwards and lower the chest onto or inside the left leg as you wish. Relax the neck and then play with reaching the arms up away from the back of the body. With your breath, inhale, telescope the ribs away from the hips. Exhale, soften the spine, including the neck, and allow the crown of the head to move down towards the floor. Arms up if you wish. 8 strong breaths here. On your inhale, reach the hands to the back of the pelvis, raise the chest, grab hold of your block, move it in position parallel to your left foot. Stand up and adjust the position of the right foot for pyramid. Leg length front to back, hip width left to right, pelvis neutrally aligned to the front of the mat. When you're ready, follow the flow of the breath. Inhale, raising the chest tall. Exhale, reaching the heart forwards as you come down into the fold. And once you've found your fold, adjust the position of the hands, left leg and block, or both hands down on the floor, whatever's available to you. And keep working with that strong breath. So reference what it is that you're creating in the back of the left leg. And if you're happy to go deeper, inhale, draw the heart forwards. Exhale, soften the elbows, release deeper into the fold. If you're working with the hand on the leg and the block, don't worry about being able to flip the block around to find the best dimension for you. Just bend the elbows so that you're finding an easier space for you to be able to relax in this position. On your inhale, bending the knees, gently lower the right knee down and adjust for your low lunge position. Working into arrow lunge. So begin with the hands braced on the left thigh, but remember your hand position can stay with the hands on the left leg, or you can reach the arms up if you need to, taking the hands down to the floor inside the left foot. Top of the right foot stays on the mat. As you exhale, ground through the right foot, float the right knee up and breathe. Fine for you to adjust the position of the hands at any time. If it no longer serves you to have the hands raised, take the hands down to the left thigh or take the hands down to the floor. But really feel for being able to use the full power of your breath just to help strengthen the body here. And exhaling gently, lower the hands down to the floor, stepping back through to plank, lower knees and chest all the way down to the mat. Shoulders back and inhale up through cobra. Exhaling, bring the heart forwards, lower down, press back through to downward dog. In case you need it, bring your block to the front left corner of the mat and inhaling. Step the right foot forwards, stand and adjust for warrior one. When you're ready, come into the ostrich fold. Hands together behind the back of the pelvis, shoulders soft. Inhale, reach the heart up. As you exhale, come forwards
And relax the chest onto or inside of the right leg, neck relaxed, and play with lifting the hands up away from the back of the body. On your inhale, release the hands down, raise the chest up, adjust your feet for pyramid. When you're ready, following the breath in. Inhale, telescope the ribs up. Exhaling, ground through left heel, reach left hip forwards as you bring the heart towards the front of the mat, and adjusting the position of the hands however you need to. Once you're there, wrap the shoulders back away from the ears, relax the neck and the jaw, and breathe. Exhaling, gently release the left knee down to the floor and adjust for your low lunge position here on the right side. Hands braced on the right thigh to begin. As you exhale, ground through the left foot, reach the left knee up, then choose your initial hand position. And exhaling, releasing the hands down, stepping back to plank, lower knees and chest to the mat. Inhaling up through to cobra, exhaling back through to downward dog for our second vignette. Coming into a warrior two base, we'll start with extended warrior variation, then come into triangle before coming down to the mat for pigeon. On your inhale, step the left foot in between the hands, turn the right foot out, stand up, and adjust your stance for a strong warrior two base. From here, right hand on the right hip, exhaling, left forearm across the left thigh, reach the chest up away from the left leg, roll the right shoulder back. Inhaling, slowly creep your right arm round behind you, grab hold of something, and then relax left ear over left shoulder. Keep reaching the left knee forwards, tucking the tailbone and engaging the outside edge of the right foot against the floor. Allowing the neck and the jaw to be relaxed here. On your inhale, bring the right hand to the right hip, raise the chest up, straighten the left leg. And you can shorten the stance if that serves you for triangle. Spread the arms wide, roll the shoulders down. Inhale, raise the heart up. As you exhale, reach forward to left hand, hinge at the hips, and bring the chest down in line above the left leg. Glance over your left shoulder. Check that you can recognize that sensation of alignment. Adjust the position of the torso as you need. If that right arm, right shoulder starts to feel tired, then feel free to lower the right hand to the hip at any point. On your exhale, bending the left knee and releasing the hands down to the floor. Gently lower right knee down and adjust for pigeon. Left foot to the right side, left knee to the left side, and slide the right knee back. Bend the left knee as much as you need to. Use the block for support beneath the left hip if you wish. Then drawing the heart forwards, release the chest down with a fist under the forehead and the elbows spread wide. As always, if you'd like to add variation to the pose, you can try pushing the front of the right hip down towards the floor, or tucking toes to the right foot under and pushing the right heel back. But feel for what's happening in the left hip. So rather than just taking yourself to the most advanced posture you can, you're serving the left hip here. As always, keep the breath slow and deep, feeding that left hip, allowing it to release the tension that you're creating with the pose. On your inhale, walking the hands in, raising the chest up, lift the hips and step back through to plank. Exhaling, knees and chest to the floor, shoulders back. Inhale up through cobra. Exhaling, draw the heart forwards and lower down. Press back through to downward dog, ready for the second side. Inhaling, right foot between the hands. Turn the left foot out, stand and adjust to warrior two. Bring the right forearm across the right thigh, reaching the left arm round behind you for extended warrior variation. Relax the neck. Feel for being able to feed the breath up into that tension around the left side of the chest. As you exhale, tuck tailbone down towards your left heel. Keep engaged in the lower half of the body. On your inhale, release whatever the left hand is holding, raise the chest, straighten the legs, and bring the feet a little close together if you wish. When you're ready, follow the breath down into triangle. Chest aligned above the right leg here. As you're working in triangle, if you're comfortable taking the chest lower down, you just walk the right hand lower down the right leg. But make sure that you're keeping the chest aligned above the right leg without trying to steer back through your left hand. So to get the chest to move, you move the chest rather than pushing the left arm back. And on your exhale, bending the right knee, taking the hands down to the floor, adjusting for pigeon. And once you come through to pigeon, don't let your breath quit. Stay focused on what it is that you're doing here in this moment. And even while pigeon can be quite a relaxed and relaxing pose, focus on being able to really turbocharge your breath here. On your inhale, walking the hands in, raising the chest, taking a half vinyasa before we come back to our final vignette. So our final vignette runs lunge on the ball of the back foot, main coon stretch, and then one-legged crow pose or Ekha Padha Bakasana. On your inhale, bring the left foot forwards, keep the right foot as it is, raise the body up, take the hands onto the hips, bend the right knee and tuck the tailbone as you sink the right knee down. Then inhale, free the arms, wrap the shoulders and breathe. To go stronger, push left knee forwards, lower right knee down, but feel for what you're creating. Make sure it's serving you as it is here at the end of the practice. You still want to be able to keep some of your energy for the apex. And on your exhale, gently releasing the hands down to the floor. Lower the right knee down with the left knee above the left heel. Slide the right knee back and ground the palms inside the left foot. On your exhale, bend the elbows and bring the heart down towards the floor. If your elbows come down towards the mat, then you can tuck toes the right foot under and reach the right heel back. And inhaling gently, lower the right knee down, walk the hands in, raise the chest up. Slide that right knee forwards around a foot, and then shuffle your left foot back some. So you can have the left knee beyond the toes of the left foot. Then grab your block and pop your left foot up onto the block. Resume that position. Left knee pushing forwards of the left foot here. Heart down inside of the left leg. Pick up the left elbow and swing it wide. Plant the left palm down. So left leg, left arm are in crow position, but the right arm and the right leg are doing something different. Keeping the left heel raised, tuck the toes of the right foot under, and then lift the right knee up off the floor. Take a breath. If this is the challenge you're working with, stay here. If you're comfortable going stronger, you can clamp left knee to left armpit and try picking the left foot up off the block. If that's still not enough of a challenge for you, then keeping the left knee in that position, you can lean the weight of the body forwards, walk the right foot close to the block, then lift the right heel up, raise the right leg towards ceiling. If you want to, you can go all the way and pick left foot up off the block. Whatever it is that you're working with, find the challenge that serves you best. We've got 10 breaths here. And exhaling gently, release down to the mat. Set the block out to the side and take our final half vinyasa. Inhaling back through to plank, exhaling down to the floor. Inhale up through cobra and exhale back through to downward dog. Last half of the last vignette. Keep left foot where it is. Inhale, right foot forward, stand up. Lunge on the ball of the back foot. Bend the left knee, tuck the tailbone, reach right knee forwards and left knee down. Inhaling, sweep the arms up, wrap the shoulders down away from the ears. On your exhale, releasing the hands down to the floor, lower the left knee to the mat for Main Coon stretch. Right knee above right heel, hands grounded. Slide the left knee back and exhaling, bend the elbows, release the chest down to the floor. If your elbows come down to the floor and it serves you, tuck the toes on the left foot under, reach the left heel back. On your inhale, walking the hands in, raising the chest up, slide the left knee forward some to play with one-legged crow pose with the right foot forwards. So block underneath the right foot, right knee comes forwards at the toes of the right foot, so you can bring the right upper arm out in front of the right shin, and you've got that ledge to be able to rest the weight of the right leg on. Hands grounded, shoulder width apart, fingers spread wide, middle fingers parallel. You need to have that left elbow as bent as the right, because otherwise you're going to be lopsided and you're going to topple over onto the right side. When you're ready, find your challenge. Tuck the toes of the left foot under, take a deep breath in, and exhaling, pick the left knee up. If it serves you, Go further, pick the right foot up, or keep the right foot grounded, play with lifting the left leg up. If it serves you to go all the way to one-legged crow, then raise the right foot up off the block as well. Whatever you're working with, you've got 10 breaths, so play around with this. And exhaling, gently release. Lower down to the mat, set the block out to the side, and lay down on your back. Before we come to Shavasana, working with the reclined hip opening sequence. So lay down on your back, and then bring your left knee up towards your chest. Interlock the fingers, and take both hands up to the left knee. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, squeeze left knee up towards left armpit. And a comfortable stretch in the back of the left hip. Feel for being able to let the breath become slower and easier. And then release the left arm on the floor above the left shoulder. Exhale, coming into reclined spinal twist. Bring left knee up towards right armpit. Let that left hip float off the floor if you're comfortable taking it that deep. And on your inhale, bring that left knee back to center. Take the left hand to the left knee, ground the right palm on the front of the right thigh. And exhaling, slowly ease the left knee out towards the left side of the body. Coming into half frog. So right palm is keeping that right thigh grounded, stopping the right hip from rolling up off the floor. Left hand giving the left knee support, or taking the left knee into a deeper stretch if that feels appropriate. On your inhale, bring the left knee back to center. Bring the left arm up inside the left leg and grab the sole of the left foot. If that's not going to work, then wrap your left arm around the back of the left knee. On your exhale, just allow the weight of that left arm to draw the left knee down on the outside of the body. Find an easy stretch in that left hip. On your inhale, and the left knee, release the left foot down. Take a breath here. Just recognize the difference between left hip and right. And then bring the right knee up to the chest, both hands up to the right knee, squeeze the right knee up towards your body. And from here, coming to reclined spinal twist, so right arm on the floor above right shoulder, and exhaling, guide right knee to left armpit. And inhaling, bring the right knee back to center. Right hand to the outside of the right knee. Left palm on the front of the left thigh. As you exhale, come into half frog. Right knee slides wide to the right side of the mat. Right hand to help support and guide that right knee into a decent stretch. And finally, inhaling, right knee back to center. Reach the right arm up inside the right leg. Grab the sole of the right foot. Heel of the right foot above right knee. Neck soft. Allow the weight of the right arm to draw. Right leg down on the outside of the chest. On your inhale, gently releasing the right leg down and adjusting yourself into a comfortable position for Shavasana. Just before we come to the resting pose, being able to pause here and play with the breath a little bit more. All I want you to do is to repeat that same process that we did at the beginning of the practice. Inhaling, holding the breath, and then exhaling, releasing the breath out. Still working with that 1-1-2 ratio. So if you inhale for a count of 4, I want you to hold for a count of 4, and then try and exhale, but slow it down for a count of 8. Working on being able to recognize the volume and the length of breath that serves you. Just being able to do that 3 times. Off you go. When you've finished, just take a couple of deep breaths in, fill the body up, and then open the mouth and sigh that breath out to help relax the body a little more before we come to Shavasana. When you're ready, relax and spend a few moments here on the mat enjoying that feeling of relaxation, and I'll bring you back to the room when we're done. Begin to deepen your breath. Start to stretch open your fingers, your palms and your wrists, toes, feet and ankles. Then drawing the knees up towards the chest, wrap your arms around the legs and gently ease yourself from left to right. When you're ready, release the right hand down by the right side of the head, and exhaling, roll over onto your right side. Press yourself back up to a comfortable seated position, facing towards the front of your mat with your hands in prayer position in front of the heart. Make the breath strong. Namaste.